I'm Paula Penna from the Music Makers Academy. Today we are going to talk about income reports. Everybody's favorite topic, right? I have had a Teachers Pay Teacher store for a year now, and if you have not already seen my first 6-month income video yet, please go and take a look at that and then come back to this video. I really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button below, and also like this video. If you have other teacher friends that you think could use this information, please feel free to copy and paste the address so that they can find this as well. I also make sure that I reply to every single comment on YouTube and on Teachers Pay Teachers, so please feel free to comment, ask a question, or even give advice to me and fellow teachers. So who am I? I'm a music educator both in the classroom and in private lessons, but this video applies to every single teacher out there who has or wants to have their own Teachers Pay Teacher stores. So let's get right to it. I will not only share how much I made in my second 6 months, but also show you other really important statistics, such as the number of views, the conversion rate, units sold, what was selling in my store for each time period, and more, because those statistics are super important. I started my Teachers Pay Teacher store in October 24th of 2020. It is now November of 2021. And so we're going to be focusing on the months of May 2021 through October 2021, because those months are my second 6 months. So here we are at the dashboard, and I'll tell you right off the bat that this is how much money I made in my second 6 months, $1,565.99. So let's start with May 1st to 31st and apply that. Now in May, my goal was to make $100, and I only made $61.87. Why do I think that is? Well, partially because I only had about 50 items in my Teachers Pay Teacher store, and I was very sick between February 2020 and April 2020 and really lost a lot of time and valuable strides in keeping my momentum of my Teachers Pay Teacher store up. So I fell below. If we look at the conversions, it's 5%, and 5% is on the very low end of the conversion rate that I like to have. I really like it to be 8% and higher. I had 229 views. That means how many views of my individual items. I sold 11. My main video plays were 0, probably because I didn't have any at that point. And my preview video plays were 2. So I only had made a couple of videos to begin with, so I expected this number to be rather low. Now, what was selling May 1st to May 31st, 2021? My bucket drumming. That's everything that sold. Let me go to earnings. Here we go. So my build a song rhythm for ABA form, rondo, and theme and variations. That was my big bundle of musical form. And that's also musical form. Maya the Monster, I love that resource. It's an interactive Google Slides with do, re, mi, and fa. Do, re, mi, fa, or do, re, mi, la, I forget. And then some name that notes, and some bucket drumming. And that was my first clue that bucket drumming was going to actually take off. So let's see if I look June 1st to June 30th, 2021. My goal was to make $75, and I made $71.18, so just about there. My conversion rate went down to 4%, not good. My views, however, went up to 412. I sold 17 items. I had 4 main video plays. I had just started putting in main videos, and 20 preview videos. And I did learn some tips and tricks from other Teachers Pay Teacher authors, sellers, on how to even put preview videos as animated GIFs in Google Slides items, because you really can't do that, but there are some tricks. So I would say to go and look at Becca's Music Room for how to do that. All right. So now in July, I kept my goal the same at $75. I really wasn't sure what to expect because I still only had about 50, 55 or so items in my store, and it was the summer, and it was my first summer with Teachers Pay Teachers. It was the first summer after basically the entire country was on remote learning, and teachers were burned out, students were burned out. There weren't a lot of summer camps going on, so I wasn't quite sure who would be buying anything at that point. So I set a goal for $75. However, I fell short with $56.92, but honestly, I was still pretty happy that I even sold anything. What did I sell? Let's see, go back. Beginning of school, first day, musical Would You Rather conversation starters, patriotic music bucket drumming bundle. I did start to create some items for those teachers and students that are in the Southern Hemisphere because they're still in school in the summer. So there's Musical Journeys Board Game Australia and a bunch of others. Okay, so let's see. Conversion rate went up to 7%, 231 views, 16 units sold. Main video plays still 2. Preview video plays, however, went up to 14. If you hear funny noises in the background, that is my puppy Kayla playing with the worst toy ever, but she really loves it. Okay, so now August 2021, I just kept my goal at $75. And if we look at August 1st to August 31st and apply, let's go to earnings. I actually did more than that. I sold $122.23. I partially attribute that to the fact that Southern and some of the Western states in the United States were going back to school at that point. Here in Connecticut, we didn't go back until after Labor Day for the most part. But teachers were starting to need resources. Conversion rate went up to 8%. Views, 447, I believe that doubled. Units sold, 34, that about doubled. Main video plays went up to 7. Preview video plays went up to 32. What was selling at that point? Music, rhythm, beginning, end of the year, bucket drumming activities bundle. That's what made the most money. Okay, so now September, I decided to stretch my comfort zone, or I should say discomfort zone, to $200 as a goal, figuring that more people in the US were back to school, more students and teachers were back to school. So let's see how I did. September 1st through September 30th, apply. Well, I more than doubled my goal in September. Now, part of that is, of course, there were more teachers looking for resources, and part of that also was the fact that I had about 80 to 90 items in my store. Now, the more items that you have in your store, the more opportunities for people to find you, so the more opportunities to sell things. Conversions, 9%. That's a really good conversion rate. Views, wow, look at the difference in views. 1,126 views. Units sold, 100. I think that was my biggest month. Main video plays went all the way up to 34. Preview video plays went up to 54. So going in the right direction. Now I attribute some of that also. Wasn't so sure, honestly, about like the importance of videos, but I know for myself when I am thinking about buying a product at anywhere, I want to kind of see how it works first. So I started to create more product videos showing how they actually work and talking the teacher through the process of teaching that resource in their classroom. All right. So what was selling at the time? Halloween bucket drumming bundle. There's my bucket drumming again. Matching game music bundle. So now one thing that I started to learn was the importance of bundles. In the beginning, my first 6 months, I really didn't think that people would go for the bundles, but then I found out that they really do. People like to have a whole bundle. This third item, my third highest selling also, was an activities bundle. Music, rhythm, beginning, end of the year, bucket drumming activities bundle. People like to have enough resources where they can plan an entire unit and not have to go through their entire weekends and Monday days off on holidays, just lesson planning. So bundles are definitely something I've been putting more and more in my own store. So now with this success of $431.99 for September 2021, I decided to say, okay, my goal for October is going to be 500. So October 1st through Halloween, the 31st, apply, and look at that. I just about doubled, for all intents and purposes, doubled. I had $431.99 in September and $821.80 in October. Now, what do I attribute that to? Well, by this point, I had about 95 to 100 items in my store. What was selling? Halloween. So what did I do ahead of time? Well, starting in August, end of August, I started to create Halloween activities, resources, bucket drumming, Halloween themed worksheets, and all sorts of stuff. You can also see that basically everything that I was selling was Halloween in the Hall of the Mountain King, basically Halloween, Halloween music, rhythm, bucket drumming, thriller. And I had also put a bucket drumming bundle of this pop music was Thriller, Ghostbusters, Superstition, and two others that I can't think of right now, but bundled all of the bucket drumming together. And look, $403 out of the $821.80 is just that one resource. So what did I learn from this? Well, you can't put items in your store for a holiday last minute. Teachers start looking for these 4 to 6 weeks ahead, and you want to be putting them in your store about 6 to 8 weeks ahead, which is what I did with Halloween, which is why I believe it sold so much. So let's take a look at the other stats. My conversion rate stayed steady at 9%. I'm happy with that. 2,011 views. I don't even know how many views there were before. I can't remember, but that is a substantial upward movement on that. 189 units sold, which was almost double my biggest month. Main video plays went up to 66, and preview videos, wow, 162 views. So now if I look at my earnings for that entire 6 months, just to show you where we started, my earnings were $1,565.99, so about $1,566, which is not the lowest for a Teachers Pay Teacher store for 6 months. It's certainly not anywhere near the highest, but I would say I'm in the 50% mark probably. Earnings to date, $3,273.03. And the other thing I wanted to point out was if you're looking for ways to know what days people are going to buy from you the most often, what you can do is you can go to a certain day, like let's see if I do this week. Actually, I would have to do last week, but anyway, what you can do is you can actually put in a custom range. Let's do October 1st through 8th. Okay, and what you can do here is now for that week, it's showing you Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday again. So you can see when your peak is, when people want to buy from you. And how would you use that? Well, I'm sure there's many ways, but the way that I use it is I make sure that any sales that I'm doing focuses on the days that people tend to buy from me the most. And this is pretty consistent, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know if that's consistent for everybody, but that's certainly consistent for my store. So I do special sales and promotions during those days. I also make sure that I get on Facebook, on the music teachers Facebook groups, and I look around to see what people need. And if I have that in my store, then I just say, hey, I have that in my store, or did you think about doing, this type of resource or that type of resource? And what I found was that in at least the stores, the groups that I belong to on Facebook for music educators, they actually let you do that with Teachers Pay Teachers. They don't want outside people marketing, obviously, right? Because it would just be one advertisement after another, but they do allow group members to share resources from Teachers Pay Teachers. So I make sure that I start telling people about that on, I don't bother Fridays because nobody wants to look, or Saturdays, but on Sundays I will make a concerted effort to get onto Facebook and start just seeing what people need and trying to be of service. So that's that. So overall, I'm very happy with where I'm at with Teachers Pay Teachers. I think that, obviously, if you treat it like a hobby, you get hobby money. If you treat it like a business, you get business money. And I have mostly treated it like a business, but had some months where I really just treated it like a hobby. So was I expecting to make $50,000? No, because my effort for that did not, it wasn't $50,000 worth of effort. So now my next goal, I'm at 111 or 112 items in my store. My next goal is 200 items. And I also need to backtrack because I have not created an email list. Yikes. I don't have a blog. I don't have an email list. I'm not really doing anything with Pinterest or Instagram. So basically, I'm happy with the success that I've had, being that it's 90-something% has come just from within Teachers Pay Teachers, which tells me that people actually like what I'm creating and that I am being of service and that I'm getting compensated for that. However, if I want to up my business, I'm going to have to promote with my email list to the people. It's always easier to resell to people that you've already sold to because they know you and they like you. Also encourage people to leave reviews so that other teachers can have a sense of trust with me. And then, of course, being able to do more YouTube videos, more on Facebook, start doing more on Instagram, and using other types of resources, social media and otherwise, to let people know that the Music Makers Academy Teachers Pay Teachers store is there. So at any rate, thank you so much for listening. I hope that this has helped you. If you have any questions, I read everything and I respond to everybody's comments and questions. So just leave those below. I will have a link to my Teachers Pay Teachers store in the description here. And please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Have a great season. Hey everybody, this is Paula from Music Makers Academy, and today I'm going to share with you, hi, hello, did you earn any money on TPT? No? Then you can't be in this video. Sorry. Hello, Kayla. Also, my 1 year income report after I go pet the dog.